everyone, and thank you for coming. It's an honor to be here. So for years, I was asked why so many millions of people around the world are listening to Audible as they are right now, millions of people. And I would simply say, who wouldn't want Colin Firth or Kate Winslet or Nicole Kidman or Scarlett Johansson to tell them a story while they're driving to work or exercising or doing things around the house? And now I can say, who wouldn't want Radhika or Kalki or Raj to tell them a story, particularly during a time of the day when their eyes are busy, but their ears and their minds are free to experience the music and language and the power of well-composed words that are artfully performed by great actors, as you just heard. A recent study of the neuronal responses in the brain that was done actually at the University of London, Kalki's alma mater, and mine, although a few years earlier than her. The University of London study showed that the seductive intimacy of listening to Audible and the emotive power of listening, it actually exceeds the power of film on a neurological level. And actually, we weren't surprised. So today, we formally bring Audible service to India. And I say formally because we've had so many, tens of thousands of Indian listeners for years who are paying up to $15 US to listen, and now they can pay the equivalent of less than $3 here in India. So for me, this is a day that's been a long time coming and really a dream come true. And in the spirit of a dream coming true, it was back in 1994, I was still an author and a journalist for more than 20 years, and I was also someone who loved and actually studied the sound of words. It was then that I began to tell people, I was writing a technology column at the time, that people, this is 1994, mind you, that people would be walking around with little solid-state devices in their pockets, which would be packed with the best of civilization's offering. And to say that people thought I was pretty crazy at the time would be an understatement. It was a long time ago. But anyways, I left the writing life, and now it's been 21 years since Audible invented and commercialized the first digital audio player and the first audio delivery service. And this was 5 years before the iconic iPod came out from Apple. We've continued as a company to invent technology as we worked hard to push the spoken word into the media mainstream alongside film and television and music and books. I have read that Indians actually spend more time reading than any other population, but I also know Mumbai traffic makes it pretty hard to read in a car. People who listen to Audible all over the world now, they get to work smarter than their colleagues in the next cubicle. They tell us they're more enlightened because of the quality of the wellness programming and the spiritual programming that we carry. They say they're more interesting at the dinner table and even on dates. And they tell us that their children have become more fluent learners because of Audible. And they say they're less lonely and they're actually happier too. So one thing we always do when we introduce our new service in a new country, and this is our 9th localized service, and we have programming in more than 40 languages, is to study and engage the cultural traditions of storytelling, the literature, and the performing arts in any country, and to combine this with our cutting-edge delivery mechanisms. Thus, you will find at Audible, when it opens later today, the great Tagore's work, Amish's myths, Ruskin Bond's autobiography, as well as his stories. And you'll find Salman Rushdie's 1981 novel, Midnight's Children. Actually got to introduce Salman at an event in New York the other night. Their titles are among more than 200,000 Audible books and other original programs that will be available here in India at launch. Over this last 5 years, we've worked and directly employed 20,000 different actors at Audible, because Audible really exists to connect the best writers and the best actors, the best editors, the best directors, the best producers, to the best listeners in the world. And we work daily to support the professional creative class, and we'll do that here in India and anywhere else that we launch. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and now back to Anupama.
Don, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please join us on the panel. So I'm super excited to be sitting here with all of you. I want to spend the next few minutes talking about, of course, your experience with making this audio book and on your plans.